officially open and say a few welcome remarks. I have the great pleasure of having the Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture Dean, Partha Pandey, here. Please join me in welcoming him, and he will have some things to tell us. Thank you, Partha.
Thank you, Asiya. Thank you. That would be. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. As Professor Jebri Manadin said, that we have been doing this event for last few years, and this Viceroy CySER is a very, very important signature program for the college. So I am going to, give you guys, provide you with a brief overview of the college, and then the real technical things will start. So, Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture, we are one of the biggest college of the whole university. 1 in 4, 1 student in 4 is a Voiland College student in the whole university. We have multiple units, as I mentioned here. So, cyber security, the big topical area, is mainly the part of School of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science, and that's also the biggest unit of the college. They are now competing with Mechanical and Materials Engineering. EEC's Associate Director is here. She is no more the, top money earner for the college. MME is getting really big. Then Voiland School of Chemical Engineering and Bioengineering, Professor Barney belongs to there. Then School of Design and Construction. We are engineering college, but architecture, construction management, landscape architecture, all these are part of engineering. And then we have Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. All these units are in Pullman. Then I am also responsible for School of Engineering and Applied Sciences in Tri-Cities. They also offer program in computer science, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and civil engineering. And Vancouver has School of Engineering and Computer Science. They also offer program in electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and computer science. So these 7 units all belong to Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture. So as I said, that we are a pretty big college, and every unit, they are known for the faculty and students, and I am extremely proud of my high achieving faculty. You can see we have so many Regents Professor, National Academy of Engineering member. For young faculty, the most prestigious thing is getting early career awards. We have 32 of them in the college. So again, I don't want to read everything. We have so many faculty fellows. So I am, and everybody in this room should be very proud of the faculty and their achievement in the college. So as I said, WSU is the R1 Research Institute. So research enterprise is a very big factor of this college, and very, very important, because in the program you are part of, here you are learning is the academics, but actually it is a part of big cyber security research initiative we have. So our research initiatives are categorized in few pillars like energy, safe and secure technologies, sustainable built environment, and engineering and design for health. So you guys, this program is part of safe and secure technologies. So big cyber security initiative. Actually, I used to be the director of School of ECS. We started cyber security program there. So we are the only unit in whole, almost, as far as I know, I don't know any other computer science or electrical engineering or engineering program which offer a dedicated degree in cyber security. That's why we are unique. So Professor Asifa, he is the leader of that, and we are very, very thankful to his leadership. That program has grown leaps and bounds. It is extremely important, both research and teaching area within our college. So as I explained, that engineering and architecture is not only here, is spread over Tri-Cities and Vancouver, and also we offer undergraduate degree programs in Everett and Bremerton. So basically there are multiple campuses. What I say that we are the true university of the state because we are providing academic, educational, research opportunities to students all over the state. So every campus and unit plays a role, and we work together closely to make this college a unique college. Asifa, correct me if I'm wrong, cybersecurity has presence in Tri-Cities and Everett, correct? So just cybersecurity is spread over 3 campuses. Here, Tri-Cities, Everett. So that's the unique feature of this college. And then again, as I said, we are very, very focused on achieving research excellence. So Viceroy, this is part of a big cybersecurity research and teaching initiatives. So working with industry and government agencies is very, very important. And then actually our aim is why we do all these things, that we want to be the leading college academically, both faculty, discovery, research, creativity. So again, research and education, they're all linked together. And that's the mission we follow in this college. And you can see for you guys, most of you are undergraduate students, you may not care, but just so that you understand, if the research enterprise is not active, the educational enterprise won't be. Money talks. So that's why we are proud of our research expenditure, and that's very important for the college. We are very, very focused on student success and belonging, that we want to, so my aim is to create work-ready day one engineers and construction managers, computer scientists, all these things. So work-ready day one, that's the important motto we follow. So one of the student success story that we are very, very proud of, you can see the members with Professor Asifa, that they placed first in the 2026 National Viceroy Cyber Competition. And another WSU team had similarly won first place in 2024. So basically, you can see that the cyber security initiative, how important it is. We are winning national recognition, we do top tier research, we educate our students in the cutting edge technologies. Similarly, we got this National Center for Academic Excellence in Cyber Research by US National Security Agency. We are accredited for that. So it is one of only 5 such centers in the Pacific Northwest and the second in Washington. So all these things imply that how important cybersecurity initiative is for us, and this Viceroy Institute plays an important role in that. We are also very, very focused on student recruiting. So always we are part of different campus visit, webinars, community college visit. But again, all these things, I personally myself meet with the incoming students and parents. Cybersecurity gets a lot of attention. There are a lot of enthusiasm among incoming students that they want to specialize in this field. And we are actually able to retain most of our students in our program. From last fall to spring, 92% of our students remained in the program. That's a very good trend, but again, that happens due to faculty and staff, everybody's effort. They are working hard to make our student successful. And then, I don't know whether you guys have seen, actually from 1st June, I will be moving to the whole engineering dean's office will move to this new building called CySER Engineering Hall. all undergraduate up to sophomore year, big classes, everything will be there. Then we have nice space for maker space, capstone design. So if I don't know where you are going for your, what do you say, you have some site visit, something you guys do, field trips. So when you have a break, go take a look at the building. I don't think you can get in, unfortunately, because it needs card access, but you can see from outside how good it looks like. Even I don't have access as of today. So if the dean doesn't have access, then you have to forgive me. But you can take a look at that. So we are actually continuously working on building new spaces that will continue. So this is not a shell of what we are doing in the college. If anybody has any question, I'm happy to answer. Otherwise, enjoy your this workshop, and I'm pretty sure this will be a great learning experience for you all. Every year, I get only positive feedback about this. And thank you, Asifa and Barney, James, everybody doing this. Thank you.
We may have a few minutes if you have questions for Dean Partha. I know he has to run.
I always run.
We're grateful that he took time from his busy schedule to address us today. But if you've got quick questions about VCA, please go ahead and ask. When is the new building open?
Actually, as of today, staff is moving. I'll be moving 1st June. So all my current office is all packed. I have only a desk and computer in my current office. Yes.
What's your favorite part about
it? The way you guys come and get hands-on experience, you go on field trip. Are you going to ACL this year, Asifa? So all these things. So what I want, and I think this is predominantly by undergraduate students. So this, helps you to get that day one work ready, that kind of feature. So, because a lot of you are also come outside of WSU, correct? So this is you can see how we are doing things a bit differently than others.
coming up? Will we see changes to the ECS, Dana, and Sloan?
Yes, yes. But what are the, so none of student success team will be in Dana anymore? Or are you ECS student? So all your advisors will be in new building. So, Cindy, Kelly, Paul, all will be together with other advisors so that if you need, suppose your advisor, I'm just giving an example, none of ECS advisors are there, then there will be other advisors, cases certainly immediately get involved and help. And the associate dean, the new associate dean student success will be in that building too. So I think it's going to be significant change for the undergraduate students. And the classrooms are fantastic.
Thank you.
Anything else? If not, okay. Thank you all.
All right, while James brings up the slides, I have the great pleasure of introducing the next speaker to address us and give us an overview also. This is Associate Director of the School of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science, Dr. Venera Arnadova. She is also the VCA Dean's Fellow, and she will be telling us a little bit about EECS and about herself. Thank you, Venera.
Thank you. You said I can clip it.
Right there.
Can you folks hear me? Okay. Hi. All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome from the School of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science. As Asifa said, my name is Venera Arnadova, and I am. What is it? It doesn't look like it's changing, so no. Okay. Here we go. I am the Associate Director of the School of ECS, which basically means second in command. When you don't get the director, you get me. I'm also the curriculum committee chair for our computing majors, so computer science and software engineering mainly. And you get to interact with me over the course of a few years in different roles. A little bit about me. I joined about 10 years ago, 2015, and I helped to design our software engineering majors. So we have an undergraduate degree in software engineering. We also have an online master's in software engineering. So that was super exciting for me to join and design those. I mainly teach 321, which some of you know, but I also have taught in the past other software engineering courses like software maintenance, software testing, etc. My personal research is about human factors in software engineering. So we care a lot about people and how people do their daily task and what is it that we can do to actually improve productivity. So that goes from applying machine learning to software engineering, applying neurocognitive science to software engineering. So some of you who have participated in our research experiments know that sometimes you come in and we'll put those weird devices on your head. We have like an FNIR device that measures changes in brain oxygenation, and we'll see how hard you're thinking in a specific task at a particular moment. We also have an eye tracking device which will track the eye gaze, and we can relate that cognitive load exactly to the position in the code you're currently looking at. And we infer things like what are good practices, what are bad practices, what really affect your cognitive load, and what makes code easy to understand. So that's kind of my introduction in a nutshell. But why I'm really here is to give you a little bit of an overview of ECS. So Dean Partapande talked about VCEA as a whole, but you probably noticed that a lot of the things that he was highlighting was very related to ECS, and that's because we're, I should say, yeah, I was thinking for another word, but I'll take the best. We have an important role in the college. I'll put it that way. Now, what you see here, what we like to kind of show in this picture is all of the different majors that we offer in the School of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science. And it is electrical engineering and computer science on purpose by design, because you can see how many different disciplines actually get together and interact together. So from our bachelor's degree in electrical engineering to bachelor's degree in computer engineering, so think hardware, think control system, power engineering, etc., to what you see on the other side, which is in blue, a little bit more computing oriented majors. So computer science, software engineering, and cybersecurity. Now, a little bit of a history. I think it's important for you all to know why things are the way they are. Back in the days, and those are the most popular degrees in general across the country, electrical engineering, computer engineering, and computer science. So those were our initial majors. And then there was this demand, and the legislature actually identified this demand for software engineers to be trained and ready day one. And so that's what the software engineering degree actually came to do. In other words, all of you can actually take all those software engineering courses, and you're probably taking them as elective. But that software engineering major actually focuses on making sure that you are trained on all the different aspects of software engineering, which means how do you talk to clients? How do you elicit requirements? How do you validate the software you're building? So we're talking a lot about software testing, and then software maintenance, right? What do you do when you have a software that is billions of lines of code? How do you start fixing a bug in billions of lines of code? So that's what software engineering major is about. And there are not so many in the country that are specifically software engineering majors. So that's a great thing. Now, as I said, right, the computer science majors, you're free to explore different subdomains. And you have noticed that in your degree, we have those, currently we call them focus areas, where we say, hey, you should take a course in data and data management and information management. You should take a course in cybersecurity, right? And that's how we force breadth in your degree. And then the cybersecurity major is our newest major, which I believe we opened in 2023. So it's been 3 years. And again, both software engineering and cybersecurity were initially focused area in the computer science major first. But as the Viceroy Institute, the CySER Institute, was founded, and as we gained more expertise in those domains, so cybersecurity, we actually decided to go and build a cybersecurity major to prepare you better for the real world. So all of those three that you see on the right, the blue ones, the first 2 years are very similar, right? Because we teach you how to problem solve, right, overall, and give you some tools that you can do that. And then in the last 2 years is when we train you better to apply those into those three different areas. Feel free to stop me at any time, and Asifel will interrupt me when I have to really stop. Yeah.
If you had to choose throw out, but we don't know
Yeah.
which one would you choose.
I am clearly biased here. So I don't think we'll throw any of those. And let me, before I answer this question, maybe I'll tell you something else. I think the reason why I also like to talk about this picture is because this highlights the three majors, but you need to know that you as an undergraduate students who decide to go for one of them can actually decide to go for another major as well and double major. You can also decide to get a major and then take a minor in any of those different fields. And then even if you don't go for a minor, you can just take some of the courses and explore. So I honestly don't think it's about the major per se. I think it's about how you adapt that major to your personality and your interests. And so I think, you know, today you're here because you want to explore beyond the classroom. I think that's the best thing you can do. But we like to remind you that, you know, even in the classroom, you can actually explore more if you know, it's easy to get into the routine and get focused on the classes that you're taking and follow your degree plan. But I think the best thing you can do is to open your minds, do a step back and say, what do I like? And if I don't know, that's perfectly fine. What do I want to try? Right? And I think that's what you should be focusing on. So I personally wouldn't throw away any of those. I think it's I think it's about really what would you like to explore the most. And this is really within the School of ECS. But you know, think also outside the School of ECS. We have some of our best students that I'll highlight some of them later on who are doing research in MME, right, mechanical engineering, and they're applying computer science to mechanical engineering and doing great things. And I think that's where you shine, right, because it's all about your personal interests and what you want to do after, and you discover this by doing things, right? Okay. All right, I'm on my first slides, by the way. Okay, so Partha talked about the college as a whole being like a big college. We are actually considering ourselves like a small department, being within the range of 50-ish faculty. And when we say 50 faculty, think people that some of them do research and teaching, and some of them are only teaching oriented. And about 30-ish faculty are what we call tenure track, so they do research and teaching. And about 15-ish are in the on the other side who are focusing on teaching only. And you would see a few major focus areas that we have here. Some of those that you also heard from Partha, power engineering, right? So think data grids from power generation to transmission, etc. Electronic design and automation, that's Dean's Pandey focus area, and we are very strong there as well. Systems engineering, so think control systems, etc. And then on the other side, computer science, software engineering, and cybersecurity. I mean, AI and machine learning don't need introductions anymore, I think, nowadays. So you know what this is about, and you know how multidisciplinary those fields are. But data science and high performance computing is also a big focus area, because especially in today's world, digitalized world, you have a lot of data that is generated in amazing speed. And so how do you make your algorithm scalable for that data? How do you analyze that data? How do you make sense of that data, right? So that's what it is about. Then software engineering, I mentioned earlier, and cybersecurity as well. And As usual, research and teaching are the things we like to highlight. So those are our focus area, and not surprisingly, you'd see that those are also the areas where our faculty excel in terms of research. So you'd see a few of the pillars that we like to highlight. So from chip design and semiconductors to AI and machine learning, high performance computing, power grid, and cybersecurity. But those pillars are examples of where our faculty excel, as I said. So for example, one of the recent faculty that won the prestigious NSF Career Award that Dr. Pandey talked about is Professor Munawar Hassan. Some of you have probably met him in 360 or 439. And so his research and career award is on the topic of data leakage in cyber physical system, real-time cyber physical system, which is amazing. And just a little bit of background, what we call the career award and why we think it's so prestigious is because it's not really only money for research, but it's for both research and integrating that research into education. And so this means that you all benefit from the results of that research as Professor Hassan is integrating those into his courses. So I think that's something I like to highlight, because oftentimes students think that research is something that happens on the other side, but it's actually not. Everything that we do in our research translates one way or another into the classroom in general. Now, the other thing I want to highlight here is those arrows that you see among the pillars. And those are to show that not only the pillars are super important, but even more than that, the synergy between those pillars is even more important, right? So when we talk about power grids, you want to think that those power grids can be intelligent, right? So we talk about smart power grids, where we want to make sure that, when power goes out, we intelligently relocate resources, right? And recover from power outages. And then, of course, we want to make sure that those are secure. So we don't want to provide opportunities for hackers to get into the power grid, etc. Right? So the synergy is probably even more important than the pillars themselves. And so that was about, faculty in general, the department, but we are probably even more proud of our students. So this is a picture from this year's Student Club Hub that took place in Bisley. If you missed that, come back next year. And it's wonderful. It's an event where all student clubs are actually showcasing what they do. And recently, we actually moved our student club to be part of the college, just because they're so multidisciplinary that some of the clubs, we cannot decide which department. Basically, we cannot keep fighting about which department has which club. So we decided to put them in the college level. But a few of those that I want to highlight is, of course, pertinent to this workshop is our cyber cooks. So these are folks from the cybersecurity group and the Viceroy Scholars. As Partha Pandey highlighted, they went to recently won first place in the 2026 national cyber competition, but they also presented research posters there, a lot of them. And so I've highlighted the names here. You probably know some of them. So make sure you, if you know them, reach out and talk to them about those opportunities and how they feel about participating in those events. And the second bullet point is about another event that happened in the fall. So all this is just this academic year. I kind of highlighted only the recent events. So they placed 12th in a national competition. There were more than 500 colleges that were competing in that competition, and they did wonderful, right? And again, remember, this is a degree that we started offering 3 years ago, and they're ramping up so fast. And actually, one thing I forgot to mention is it exceeded our expectations in terms of number of students that would be interested in this degree. So our projections were half of what the number of students we got pretty much this year. So this is amazing. And then this one here, I wanted to highlight a few of our students again that were recognized at the college level. So every year the college gives awards across departments and selects the best, for example, senior of the year or outstanding junior of the year across all departments. And the ones that I highlighted here are all winners from the School of EECS. So we can see our outstanding junior was Cole Wilson. So Cole is involved in the cybersecurity group. He's also part of the RoboSub. He's a rock star, I guess. I think I'll put it that way. Ariane as well. But I also highlighted graduate students there. You would see we have people that have won awards as teaching assistant, so outstanding teaching assistant, and also outstanding either research assistant or dissertation award. Why should you care about that? Because those are the folks that go in TA for the classes you're taking, but those are also people that you would get mentorship from when you get involved into research. And I think, again, that's really important to remember that you're here to take opportunities. So make sure that you take advantage of as many of those as possible as you go. And I think this is my last slide. And before I leave, I want to say something. I know, as I said, you're doing a great job being here, and I think that's great. You learned a ton. I saw the program. There's a lot of hands-on exercises, and I'll try to attend some of those because I think they're really cool. And I want to say, just have fun. Okay, because at the end of the day, you're learning things and you want to discover what you are passionate about. So don't forget to have fun. That's, I think, one of the most important things. You'll be doing that for life, so you might as well. Okay, let me know if you have questions.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Benita. We are making sure that we're finishing the day every day at 4, so we have some time to explore and have fun. There were students that Benita highlighted that won different things. And have had, very, very active participation in student club and things like that. On the last day of the workshop this year, for the first time, we're having a student panel, and some of those faces and names that you've seen will be there. And so that will be a great opportunity. Some of them will be here in person, a couple of them will be online. So you've got that chance to interact with them. So thank you for mentioning that. Questions for Venera, if you have.
Mitch. How do you get to take one of those cognitive load tests? Shoot me an email. I'll get you on the schedule. So I want to highlight, it's not a test per se. It's really about solving tasks. So what we do is we place you into different groups with what we call different treatments. So we'll design tasks where some groups would have something given to them, other groups will have something else given to them. And at the end of the day, we'll compare the groups. So first thing I want to say, it's not about an individual per se. So you coming in and helping is about you helping research, but we cannot tell you anything about you individually, if that makes sense, right? Yeah, we can tell you if there's something wrong, and I'm sure there's nothing wrong with you. Yeah. Yeah. All right, folks, have fun.
All right, thank you so much. Wonderful, thank you so much.